Hello everybody and welcome to another watercolor tutorial. If it isn't obvious, we are painting a Father's Day card today. And man, is it hard to find ideas for Father's Day cards, at least. I feel like I've exhausted my options over the years, but we're going to be painting a fish. So I've also sketched out my greeting, Happy Father's Day, just so I had an idea of where to place things. And I briefly sketched out with a pencil just a very rough image of a fish. And right now I'm going over like not erasing, but just lightening the pencil marks so that if I choose to paint this fish using light colors, the pencil won't show through the watercolor. So that's what I'm doing with the eraser. Okay, so you can choose to make your fish whatever color you want. I am going with like a greenish beige. I don't know what this is. Like something says bass to me, but I am not a fish expert. I don't eat fish. I don't go fishing. I have no clue. But it looks like the fish on the logo of Bass Pro Shop. So I'm gonna say it's a bass. So the top is gonna be this foresty green color, which you can achieve really by mixing any green you have with black and then adjusting it with yellow or you know, just other colors until you find the right shade for you, but don't worry about, you know, it not being exactly the same as mine. I just took whatever was on my palette here. So I'm just looking at an image of a fish and I'm trying to mimic the colors here. So the top is green, like I said. I'm gonna leave the fin for now. Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't really know what I'm doing. Maybe I shouldn't leave the fin. I mean, seriously, it's a Father's Day card. Your dad is not going to be like, this is not an anatomically correct fish. At least I would hope he wouldn't do that. So once I've got that down, I'm going to rinse my brush and I want to spread that out with just water, like fade it out. I don't know what the head is supposed to look like. So I'm going to just go with light green for now. And I'm going to spread the fins out as well, or like spread the color on the fins. Same with this one. I feel like those should be dark because it's the top. Anyway, so just spreading that out just with water. But I will extend that green, that more intense green, into the tail. And it looks like the bottom is this yellowish beige brown color. So I'm taking that and I'm doing the same thing I did with the top, but I'm using that color, that beigey color. And you do want to work quickly enough that, you know, the green doesn't dry, like this part doesn't dry, because you want to fade it into one another. So I've rinsed my brush and I'm doing the same thing, but this time I'm extending it upwards and trying to blend it in with that green. And it should create this really nice pale color. So it'll look something like that. My green looks like it's kind of starting to cauliflower in some areas. I don't like that it's doing that, so I'm just kind of going over the parts that I want to be darkest. And then that will hopefully sort of gradient out on its own. Now, looks like this one has some pink accents. So I'm grabbing my pink. It's more of like a magenta, but I don't have a good magenta color. And, oh, I don't want to put it on that intense in case it looks bad. And I don't know how far this goes. Something like that. That's not bad. I think I'm just gonna leave it like that, that pink, little pink highlight. So, okay, we're good. We've got the shape. We're gonna let the shape of this fish dry, because next we're going to be using black watercolor to make it look like I mean, it already looks like a fish, but we're going to add all the details that are going to really make your dad go, wow, you put a lot of effort into this. So let's let it dry and we'll come back. So actually, it hasn't dried yet. I was just thinking about, you know, how we're going to be adding some black details. And the top of our fish is going to, I'm just outlining it with black watercolor because it's going to be like a black spotted fish. So I want to make sure that it's got what it needs to look natural. I'm tempted to add some black, like we were gonna add black dots when this was dry, but I'm just gonna add some while it's still a little bit wet, just so that those dots can fade into, you know, into the existing color. And then maybe, you know, we can go in and add some more defined ones when it dries, but I think it'll look really nice if they're just faded into the color. I don't know how far these are supposed to go down. Okay. Let's let this dry now, finally. So this should be mostly dry, I hope. And we're going to be adding a few details to make this fish really come together. So first of all, I want to define the mouth. Sort of like an evil smile. I'm going to do a close-up so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. And then it looks like there is some sort of a, I'm assuming these are the gills. Kind of do something like that. That went up way too much. I wonder if I can erase that. Oh, no, I'm just making it worse. I'm trying to blend that out. I'm using my finger mixing technique here. Anyways, there's another gill. Goes like this. Something like that. We can't forget the eye as well. And it looks like we want to, the fins have these definitions on them too, like these stripes like so. And then we can add some on the tail as well. Okay, I think these bottom ones should have some. I'm kind of trying to lighten the black a little bit with just by adding water for these bottom ones because they're a little bit lighter than the green, so I don't want the black to stand out too much. Okay. So, another thing we can do is define those black spots that we painted earlier if we want to. So, you know, you can add more of them. Just make sure they're irregularly shaped and like some are bigger than others. And I think I'm going to concentrate them mostly towards the top, so I'm not going to go all the way to the bottom like I did with the first set that blended into the background. So like that. You can maybe have a few coming down just so there's like a natural tapering off of them. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. For a first time painting a fish, I don't know, let me know what you think. But I'm gonna finish this off by just going over my Father's Day greeting. I'm gonna do happy at the very end because I don't wanna go over it with my hand and smudge anything. So I always like to go over my greeting in pencil first, simply because sometimes I don't like the placement of the letters, and if I, you know, just draw it on or write it on directly with the marker, I can't go back and adjust. So I always pencil it in first. And yeah, later I'll just go in and do happy, but you get the point. That's our Father's Day card. Let me know what you guys thought about this one. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to hit like on this video, make sure to leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any of my future tutorials. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.